So here's something nobody warns you about when you buy a house. The house that you fell in love with when you saw it during the day, that had tons of beautiful sunlight streaming in, all the colors look amazing. It's not the same home that you live with at night. At night, your house is a little bit of a different house. Often it's a little harsher, perhaps flatter, a little colder, and most people just accept it how it is. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. The night version of your home is the version your builder provided to you. And it's a version that someone like a hotel designer is never going to accept. Hotels treat light as a designed materials, guys. Builders treat it as an unnecessary expense. The first thing, and honestly, it's the most fixable mistake that you can do with lighting in your house, is the color temperature. Here's what most people don't realize, is that a light bulb isn't just bright or dim, okay? It has a color, and the color is always measured in kelvins. Now, the lower the Kelvin number, the warmer the light, as you can see from these images here. The higher the number of the Kelvin, the cooler the light, and the colder that the space actually starts to feel. Now, hotels and resorts live in a very specific range, anywhere between, I'd say 2,700 Kelvin on the low end to about 32, maybe 3,400 Kelvin, and never any cooler than that. Why? Because this stays in that kind of warm, amber feeling that you've got, and the kind of light that makes you want to sit down and stay is what you get when you work with the lower end of the Kelvin ratio. Your builder, on the other hand, ordered whatever the electrician brought by the case, and that's almost 3,500 K or 4,000 K or even higher than that. That's like office lighting, hospital lighting, the kind of light that makes everything, right, including you, look a little bit harsh, okay? This is why when you walk into a beautifully designed hotel and feel relaxed, and then walk into your own kitchen at night and feel like you're under interrogation. Same furniture, same paint, completely different feeling because the light is a different color. Before you run out and replace every light bulb in your house, I need you to think about your color palette under the new lighting that you want to include, not your current lighting, if it's higher than 3,200. Now, if you're in the middle of a renovation, this is the moment to do this kind of work of selecting of your kelvins that you're going to have in your whole space. What you want to do is you want to select the color Kelvin that you want. Do you want it on the warmer end or do you want it more on the balanced daylight end? It doesn't matter, but make sure you select that first, and then you select all of your materials, all of your flooring, all of your paint colors, your countertop materials, your cabinet colors, everything in your upholstery, everything that will be seen in that space under that light, you pick that under that light. And if you need to know how to get that light, you want to go down to my description in this video and click on the like pad link that I have that you can use. I host a free Saturday live event every couple of Saturdays actually now because so many people are attending. All you have to do is bring a photo of your space and I'll tell you what to do. And it's totally free, guys. Now, if you can't make it on a Saturday, you want to grab my free books. I've got 2 of them here. How to Start a Project, which is absolutely an amazing book if you're starting anything, regardless of how big or small the project is. How to Make Your Guest Room Look Like a Luxury Resort. So here's the deal. Everything is at lisaholt.com. There's my website right there. It's also linked down in the description. Okay, the second thing that hotels do that most of your builders will not is they provide 3 full layers of light for every room. Okay, let's talk about that. So guys, there's 3 kinds of lights, and a properly designed room like these has all 3. The first one that we talk about is the ambient light, almost always coming from the ceiling, and it's kind of your generalized clean the room, fill the space type of lighting. Now, here's what I want to be clear, because there's a trend right now with designers telling people to rip out all of their recessed cans in their ceilings. Now, I completely disagree with that, guys. You need ambient light. In fact, most of the builder-grade homes, especially in bedrooms, don't even have enough light to start with from the ceiling. So you need enough overhead light to clean the room properly. You need to find things, and you actually need to see what you're doing. It's the job of the ambient light. Okay, now the second layer of lighting that you want to have is task lighting. Now this is lighting that's aimed specifically at what you're doing. So think about your under-counter kitchen cabinets, a reading light, a swing arm by the bed for a sconce. The third type is what we call accent lighting. And this is where most homes go from, they're fine, they're okay, to, ooh, this is well designed. Accent lighting isn't lighting the room. It's lighting a thing, a piece of art, a bookshelf, a texture on a wall, a plant. When you light a thing, not a room, but a thing in the room, the eye stops scanning the whole space and lands on what you've highlighted. That's how hotels make the room feel intentional. They're not flooding the room with light. They're picking 3 or 4 specific things to feature. Specifically, you can see that in this picture where the spots are actually right there on the upholstery and all the rest of the room is softer lit. The third thing hotels do really masterfully is lighting from different heights. You want to walk into any well-designed hotel room and really look at where the light is coming from. There's something overhead, most likely, but there's also a light at a table height. There's a lamp on a nightstand. There's a lamp maybe even on a desk if there's one in there. There's a light at sitting height, maybe for reading, or a sconce by the bed. And often there's light coming from below, like you see with these under counter or under shelf or under toe kick lights. Okay, so that last location is the one almost no homeowner even thinks to use. And it's where hotels really kind of separate their spaces. It's what we call uplighting. Small fixtures that are placed on the floor, behind a plant maybe, behind a piece of furniture, behind an architectural element, pointing up. It throws light onto the ceiling and the walls and creates this incredible ambient glow that feels like nothing you can get from a ceiling fixture. Now the good news is, this is something you can do literally tonight. As soon as you're done with this video. There's tons of people that sell these uplights and they're linked down below, guys. You don't even need an electrician. You just plug them in, you tuck them behind a plant or a chair, and your room suddenly has dimension that it never had before. The fourth thing that you need, and the one that actually kind of makes all the rest of it work, is dimmers. And I know you've heard me talk about this before, but they're sort of non-negotiable. Hotels and resorts dim everything. Lobby lighting, hallway lighting, room lighting, even bathroom lighting. Every fixture is on a dimmer somewhere. Because hotels understand that light isn't an on-off thing, it's a level that you want it to be at. And when I say everything, guys, I mean everything. Not just your overhead fixtures, your floor lamps, your accent lamps, your table lamps. Every light source in your room needs to be dimmable. Now here's the thing nobody tells you. A lot of lamps don't come with built-in dimmers. If yours doesn't dim naturally, you can buy a small inline dimmer that goes between the lamp and the wall. And it's plug and play, don't even need an electrician. And I'll put the link to the kind that I use everywhere in the description. But honestly, guys, dimmers are just literally non-negotiable. If you want your house to feel like a beautiful resort or hotel, make sure you've got dimmers on everything, okay? See you next week, guys.